Hi, I'm Dan, and this is Random Rant, where I basically get to talk to about whatever the hell I want. And today I want to talk about an issue I have. It's not an issue for some people, and it is for others. And this whole thing came about when I went to a concert this past weekend. Got to see a few bands. There was the opening act was a band called the Johnstones, followed by Il Scarlet, and finishing off with Moist. And the concert was great and all. It was an outdoor concert, and what bothered me was basically everyone around me seemed to be smoking. Me personally, I have never smoked a day in my life. Most of my family has, and it's always bothered me. They know it's always bothered me, so it's no secret. I've always been against smoking from as far back as I could possibly remember. And it just bothered me. I know it's an outdoor event, and at least here where I live, you can't smoke within a building. You can within your own home, but you can't smoke within like a venue or a store or restaurant. You can't do that anymore. There's not even smoking rooms where you can do it. And even though I was outside, I could still, like, being surrounded really bothered me and took away from the whole experience of the concert. It was still a good concert overall, but it just kind of, it would have been better if there was absolutely no smoking involved whatsoever. And it just kind of drew me back a few weeks earlier when I went to a Canada Day celebration, and the park there had signs all over the place where you could not smoke. And that wasn't there the year before when I went to the same Canada Day celebrations. And I really liked that. I was able to go out and not have to worry about someone smoking like 2 or 3 feet away from me because they don't really give a shit whether or not they're polluting my personal air. I don't want people, like, I don't want that smoke in front of my face. Just like you go to a store or other places, with the exception of hospitals where they have signs posted everywhere where you can't smoke within a certain distance of the door. And you go to like just a basic store and there's people like standing right outside the door smoking. And that pisses me off to no end. And I don't understand why people still are smoking. I understand the people who've been smoking for years and decades, really, because they didn't know better. Now we know better. We know what it does. We know the negative effects on it. It's not a factor that, oh, you may get cancer or whatever. It's pretty well gotten to the point where, yes, you are going to get cancer if you smoke. But still, people completely ignore that. Like, I've had people offer me cigarettes, and I just say no. And back in high school, I didn't even have, like, people didn't come up and pressure you. So I don't understand why people gravitate to smoking. There's absolutely no benefit whatsoever. Maybe this is me speaking from a personal standpoint where, because I've never smoked a day in my life, that I don't understand this. But there was no pressure, oh, you have to smoke to be cool. Why? Why would you even try it? There's no real reason to do so. I'm sorry if you smoke, but you gotta be a complete idiot nowadays to even attempt to. Here, why don't you take something that will literally kill you? Yes, basically nowadays everything will eventually kill you. But this can seriously affect your health. Not just like minor things. This will seriously affect your health. Even if you smoke just a little bit in your time, it can affect your health down the road. Wake up, people. How stupid are you? And especially when you see people who are pregnant smoking. Like, you're no longer just affecting yourself. You're affecting your unborn child that, for the most part, probably will be born and still have the negative effects automatically built into their system. Or the people who decide to smoke around their children. We're no longer at a point where you don't know you don't know that these things are going to happen. You know. My mother had a cousin come by that she hasn't seen in years. Like, it's been like 20 years that she hasn't seen them because they live in 2 different provinces within Canada. And basically she decided, oh, I'm going to smoke in your house that has signs at each door saying, this is a non-smoking house. So I'm going to light up a cigarette. And she had her son there, and he clearly did not like his mother smoking at all. It was obvious. Like, how can you be so bold as to light a cigarette without asking permission? Like, I don't care if it's family or not. You don't light up a cigarette in somebody else's home, whether they give you permission or not. You show common courtesy and step outside. And you don't do it in front of their door. You take a few steps away. I don't care if it's in the middle of winter. You don't do that. That's all I have to say on the subject. Okay? Bye.